Taiwan Tzu Chi volunteers prepare relief items for Typhoon Haiyan survivors in the Philippines. We meet photographer Mark Welke, who shows his love for Taiwan by capturing images of the wildlife in the country. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Yao. Thank you for joining us. We kick up today's programs in the Philippines, where Super Typhoon Haiyan made landfall last weekend and has caused widespread death and destruction in Leh Province. Tzu Chi Foundation has since been on the move to pack instant rice and noodle, as well as environmental blankets in both Hualien and Taipei, as they hope to deliver these relief items to the typhoon survivors as soon as possible.
Working hand in hand at their assigned tasks, Jingse boat masters and volunteers packed 1,056 boxes of instant rice in the shortest time possible. In a relay of love, Tzu Chi volunteers next delivered these boxes to the train station so it could be sent to Taipei for packaging. Volunteers in the Northern District have also mobilized to pack 30,000 environmental blankets to be shipped to Hsinchu, along with the instant rice. All relief items are expected to arrive in the Philippines on November 12th by air.
Command centers are set up in both Cebu and Manila, especially in Cebu, because it is closest to the disaster area. We have also contacted our brothers and sisters in different branches who have arranged storage for the relief supplies, as well as our transportation and safety issue when we arrive.
Besides Tzu Chi Foundation, charity organizations around the island also began gathering all sorts of daily necessities to send to the Philippines, as everyone hopes to deliver immediate care and love into the hands of the typhoon victims.
Here in Taiwan, the assembly of the 160 prefabricated classrooms for Zamboangas at the Philippines is almost complete. Tzu Chi volunteers from the Philippines paid a visit to the Taichung Holy Liaison Office to learn how to assemble these classrooms from their counterparts. However, in light of the recent devastation brought by Typhoon Haiyan, these classrooms will first be sent to the disaster areas as temporary shelters for the affected residents.
Listening attentively to a presentation by the Taiwanese counterparts, a group of Tzu Chi volunteers from the Philippines are visiting the Holy Liaison Office. After a thorough walkthrough, Philippines Tzu Chi volunteers now have a better understanding on how to assemble these classrooms once they arrive back home.
It's not only done by a factory, it's really done by our brothers and sisters. I'm very touched on how much love and care.
Currently, the 160 prefabricated classrooms are in its final phase of completion. However, as Typhoon Haiyan recently wreaked havoc in central Philippines, these classrooms, which were initially intended to be shipped to Zamboanga, will be first sent to the disaster areas instead.
Right now, there is a catastrophe in the central Philippines, and Master Zheng Yan is very compassionate. As it is still raining and many survivors are without shelter, they will most likely get sick, so the Master wants us to send these classrooms to the worst hit areas first.
This is what a completed prefab classroom looks like, but as the classroom will now be utilized as a temporary shelter, some modifications will be done on the flooring, so to provide a solid foundation for the disaster survivors.
In Indonesia, a TIMA volunteer training seminar was held to educate future TIMA doctors on the importance of not only curing the sick, but healing patients' hearts as well. Meanwhile, in Bandung, a Tzu Chi free clinic was held for local residents inside a regional infantry training center to celebrate 68 years of establishment of Indonesia's military force.
To celebrate the 68th birthday of Indonesia's military, Tzu Chi volunteers in Bandung took the opportunity to hold a free clinic inside a regional infantry training center, giving the normally cold facility a touch of warmth. Seniors from surrounding areas all came forth to seek treatment for their aches and pains. One patient was even brought in on a stretcher.
Honestly, because of my financial condition, I don't have the ability to pay for a surgery to remove my kidney stone. Whenever it starts to hurt, I will just take a pill to ease my pain.
The services provided this time were dental and family medicine. However, following this initial assessment, volunteers will continue to work with patients who need further medical assistance. Meanwhile, to cultivate more medical personnel to help the needy, in northern Jakarta's Pantai Indah Kaput, a TIMA volunteer training seminar was held, where over 30 medical staff are in training to be TIMA members.
This feeling is wonderful. Tzu Chi has taught me to give without asking what's in it for me and also to do good deeds.
Through participation in different charity organizations, we can be more involved in our community.
Not only safeguarding their patients' health, TIMA members also need a compassionate heart in order to fix the physical and emotional problems of the sick and poor.
Since 2002, Brisbane TIMA in Australia has been holding free clinics to help the sick and poor. In 2007, the team was joined by dentist Shi Bingbing. Over the years, she has been hoping to bring the Tzu Chi free clinic to her hometown of Perth. After more than a year's preparation, she was finally able to fulfill her dream. Regardless of their background or race, at the Tzu Chi Free Dental Clinic in Perth, Australia, everyone is treated equally and with respect.
The first thing they ask us is, how much is the treatment? I think the free clinic is different because it focuses on helping those in greater need and is not about money.
I feel more comfortable here.
So you're happy?
Yes.
As complicated dental work is not covered by the local healthcare system, residents with limited income often can't afford to see a dentist. To help, Perth TIMA Dr. Shi Bingbing has decided to organize a free dental clinic here in her hometown. She says she has been a part of Brisbane TIMA for years, and the experience gained during that time helped her put together today's clinic.
I was able to join the Brisbane team and be part of a project that really does make a difference in the community that I thought, no, that's it. This is what I want to do.
Inspired by Shi's dedication to help the needy, two dentists travel from Brisbane to Perth to show their support. As it is Tzu Chi's first free dental clinic in Perth, volunteers and doctors worked hand in hand to set up the venue.
I feel great, and I'm very glad that I volunteered the practice and my time for the dental fair.
To see the people today, just 'cause you know that they're people who are really desperate for help. It's good to be able to help that particular group of people because they can't really find that treatment anywhere else.
Thanks to the love of these dentists and the support from volunteers, Tzu Chi's first free dental clinic in Perth ends on a perfect note, with patients going home with a brighter smile. Next, we meet Darling Tzu Chi Hospital Colorectal Surgery Department Director Xu Dawen, who began his medical career as a resident physician and later went on to become an attending doctor. However, during his 10-year term, Xu left his post to learn the then new laparoscopic surgery technique. Having to start all over again was not an easy journey for Xu, but one that brought unexpected bounties.
Performing a laparoscopic colorectal surgery is like finding your way through a maze. But skilled surgeon Xu Dawen has no difficulty in finding his way and successfully removes the tumor inside the colon. His speed and precision can be attributed to his former post as senior attending doctor.
I was in the 10th year of my career, and the hospital usually doesn't give doctors new assignments at that age. Most of them are comfortable with where they are, and there's no need to be trained under someone else's roof, but nobody wanted to go, so I offered.
Colorectal cancer is closely linked to age, and as both Yunling and Jiayi face an aging population, more specialized treatment is required, one such as laparoscopic surgery. The surgery involves a small incision, shorter surgery time, and a quicker recovery. However, for a doctor to leave his success behind to start over is seldom seen and anything but smooth sailing.
It was as if you lost everything and you are back to being on call with a bunch of young doctors who haven't slept for days. Before, you were an attending doctor who had many people follow wherever you went, but now you have a resident doctor who's 12 years younger than you, telling you what to do. It was a very difficult adjustment.
During his one-year assignment, although it seemed that Dr. Xu was back at step 1, in fact, he was left with more insights into the essence of medicine. And when Xu's young daughter underwent a lung abscess surgery, it was then that he came to a deeper realization of the doctor-patient relationship.
每个开刀前你都要跟他解释，那就是有一些家人会哭啊。 你没有办法感觉说
Before each surgery, you have to explain the procedure to family members. Some of them end up in tears. It was difficult to imagine what they were going through. The time when it was me that was the patient's family member, I suddenly felt very helpless. And later, I could relate to what family members go through.
Dr. Xu believes life is like a computer, which needs to be reset to 0 from time to time. And his white coat gives him the strength to live up to his passion.
You should wear this coat only if you are a true doctor. If you feel you have any shortcomings, then you should be even more humble to learn. Only then can you wear this coat with pride.
The white coat is a reminder of the expectations and responsibilities of medical professionals. As life cannot repeat itself, it's only through continuous improvement and advancement that doctors live up to the essence of their creed.
Beginning today in a new series of featured reports, we meet some foreigners who have fallen in love with Taiwan for different reasons. In the first of our report, we take a look at the story of Mark Wilkie, a wildlife photographer from South Africa, who now lives in Yunlin County due to the large variety of birds to be found there.
Flashes of lightning over Kending's iconic Dajianshi.
I want to share more about the beauty of Taiwan and the amazing biodiversity in Taiwan. In the editing process, use what they filmed to tell the story about how amazing Taiwan is.
Mark Wilkie is a filmmaker who often works with the international media. Photography is his way of showing his love for Taiwan. Today, joining him for bird watching at Yunlin's Huben are DaAi TV reporters.
Yunlin is a good place for birds. It's actually important bird area.
Yunlin is an area with abundant bird life, and it is for this reason that Wilkie decided to settle here. Finding great joy in bird watching, Wilkie is especially interested in the Therapita, a species currently listed as vulnerable by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature.
When you look at Taiwan, it's quite a small island, and the number of birds that you get here is very high. More than 600 different kinds of birds that are only found in Taiwan is also very high, about 25 different kinds of birds.
As the Tropic of Cancer passes through central Taiwan, the warm weather there not only makes the area a suitable habitat and wintering site for birds, but also an area that attracts a host of other animals.
Per square kilometer, Taiwan has one of the highest counts of biodiversity in the world. So it's not just birds, all your different kinds of animals, different kinds of life, all in one area. Taiwan is like a science classroom.
In Taiwan, 1.7 kinds of bird species can be found per 100 square kilometers, which is 570 times more than in North America.
Okay, so a total of 3.
At a bird spotting marathon organized by Yunlin County this year, experts and bird lovers from 7 countries around the globe came to take part. Wilkie also invited his friends from the US and Canada to join. The competition is to see which team spots the most birds within a limited time.
I love birds and I love this area, and it's quite a unique opportunity to see birds in different habitats.
22? Yeah. Okay. 22. If you ask me specific dreams, yes, I still want to write a book on Taiwan birds. And it's one of the most amazing places on the earth. And a lot of Taiwanese people don't realize that. what is travel and why do we travel. Okay, so let's talk about...
Today, Mark Wilkie is also a teacher at the National Yunlin University of Science and Technology, where he teaches English for tourism and often chats to students about Taiwan.
You can tell them about the environment. You can tell them about good things in Taiwan. It's nice to be able to do that.
Having lived in Taiwan for some 11 years now, Mark Wilkie's love for the country has only grown over the years. To him, the island is always full of surprises.
I'm living my dream. I like the lifestyle here. Home is where your heart is. And I found that when I went back to South Africa, my heart is not here, it's over there. And like Taiwan had become home.
In Taiwan, university students' misbehavior in and out of classes has been making the news headlines often, leading parents and educators to wonder if there needs to be a refocus on character education. Next, we take a closer look on how Tzu Chi Elementary School is doing just that by teaching good morals and habits through its Jingsi classes.
Here at the university in Taipei, students often pass by without saying hello to their teachers, something that concerns Professor Cai Pei.
Students should be more polite to their teachers or anyone else they meet. For what I have seen over the years, I am surprised that most of them don't show the good habits they were taught in elementary school. I am not sure if they are too shy to exchange greetings or what. Most of them just seem indifferent to people.
Sadly, such a situation are commonplace in today's universities. From news reports of students in Taiwan's best university dozing off at their school's opening ceremony, it seems obvious that students' moral education here in Taiwan is in need of an overhaul.
We are tired of warning our students not to talk during class, use their smartphones, or vandalize the desks. These are the very things that they should have learned not to do in elementary school, but they still do whatever they want after they become a university student.
Recently, some misconduct has raised more than a few eyebrows. Some said that to address this problem, educational reform should not only focus on the improvement of the educational policies, but also on the restoration of respect for teachers. Here at Hualien's Tzu Chi Elementary School, third graders are practicing for their tea ceremony. Despite their age, they've already learned to move and talk in a peaceful and respectful manner. Through the tea ceremony, these youngsters acquire spiritual fulfillment and inspiration.
Through this event, I learned to respect and cherish the food we have.
Through Tzu Chi's signature humanitarianism and classes, these students will grow up with good virtues and moral habits.
Our Jingsi tea ceremony aims to develop the children's behavior and conduct. We hope each one of them will become a polite and well-behaved individual and carry on that behavior and practice as they grow up.
With Taiwanese society highlighting the importance of academic achievement, schools and families should still not forget to teach the lessons of character education and personal cultivation to ensure that children grow up right.
Moving to Malaysia, Malacca Tzu Chi volunteers organized a New Shoe Scholarship Award ceremony on November 3rd to honor local students' academic excellence. The recipients also seized the opportunity to express their love to their parents.
He saved $15 for my birthday. Unfortunately, he couldn't wait until that day, and now he's gone.
Hearing his father talk about his younger brother, Li Minghong is in tears.
I'm not as thoughtful as my younger brother. He always thought about me, my dad, and my mom first.
Li Minghe passed away in a car accident. But before his untimely passing, his filial piety not only won him a Tzu Chi scholarship, but also inspired his older brother to fulfill his filial duties on his behalf.
I do my best to help them with household chores and be an obedient child. I do whatever I can to lessen their burden.
Despite being young, Lin Anni tries her best to fulfill her filial duties as well.
My parents asked me to study hard so I can get good grades and learn lots of things.
She is my oldest child and often helps me look after her 5 siblings. It's not easy for her to find time to read, so I am happy that she can still manage her studies and find improvement.
Because my mom helps me as well, such as paying my tuition. When I was sick, she came to school to pick me up and help me with everything.
At the Scholarship Award ceremony, one can bathe in the love and gratitude that is expressed between these grateful children and their parents.
Next, in Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteer Zhou Xiaoling, who once suffered from a bipolar disorder. As Zhou's 3 children were born with various health problems, her mental illness worsened, leading to many sleepless nights. Thankfully, after joining Tzu Chi, she has found a way to release her emotions and now devotes herself unconditionally to working to protect the environment.
This cleaning detergent made from fruit peels leaves the kitchen utensils shiny because of the citric acid inside.
Incorporating environmental concepts into her daily life, this is Tzu Chi volunteer Zhou Xiaoling. After her eldest daughter and son were both born with serious health problems, Zhou's state of mind took a turn for the worse and she was no longer able to sleep at night.
At first, I was still able to fall asleep for a bit, but after that day I couldn't sleep anymore. I knew that I was really tired, but my brain wouldn't shut off. I decided to seek help from a doctor after a week of sleepless nights.
Unfortunately, Zhou's condition worsened after the birth of her 3rd child, and she couldn't sleep soundly for a whole year. Seeing his wife in such difficult straits, Zhou Xiaoling's husband, who was ready to become a Tzu Cheng, decided to stay behind to accompany her.
I think with Tzu Chi sisters accompanying her, her condition will definitely improve. The sisters are always willing to listen to her problems. I'm very thankful to Tzu Chi for giving my wife the opportunity to contribute her share and do something meaningful with her life.
I am also a mother, and I have a child that brought me a lot of trouble years ago. That's why I know how she feels, and I want to be there for her.
With encouragement from her family and her fellow compatriots, Zhou started to devote herself to environmentalism. Soon after, Zhou Xiaoling rediscovered her purpose in life.
Master Zhen always tells us that everything happens for a reason. I also tell myself that the Tzu Chi path is what I have been looking for. Everything that has happened in my life was meant to be, and those incidents have bonded me with Tzu Chi.
Thanks to Tzu Chi, Zhou Xiaoling has overcome her mental illness, and in the years to come, Zhou promises to continue contributing her share to protecting our Mother Earth. We go back to Taiwan at the end of the show. New Taipei City Tzu Chi volunteers held a free clinic in Sanzhi District to safeguard the health of local residents. The event was also joined by an exchange student from China who says helping others is a good way to give back to society. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.